Alhamdulillah, assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to another episode of Chai with My Bai, the podcast where we aim to make you the type of man that your Lord is pleased with and your son is proud of. Today we have a very interesting episode. We're going to be discussing some reflections that we've had over the World Cup. We're going to be discussing gentle versus tough parenting. And of course, we're going to be talking about nitties that are outworking you. And I promise you, this last one is going to shock you. So make sure you stay to the very end to find out. So a nitty is a crackhead, a drug addict, someone that usually you'll find on the corner of a train station or a street corner begging for money. They've evolved.
Oh, wow.
They've evolved.
I didn't expect
Pikachu went to ride you. Like, these men have stepped up and they're now putting in work.
Wow.
So much so that I felt embarrassed.
SubhanAllah.
I felt like, bro, I'm getting outworked here by these. But we'll come to that. Trust me.
They do have an advantage, so don't feel too embarrassed.
The fact that
They on
they
crack.
cocked up.
Yeah.
They have resources.
resources. But guys, trust me, stay until the very end of the video. This one's going to blow your mind, inshallah.
Sure.
Today's panel, you guys might have seen Wadah before on Founding Fathers. We've had you on a couple of Chai Mobiles as well, if I'm not mistaken. So,
I've
familiar face.
I've missed it.
Now rebranded as the Fast Lane founder.
Nah.
Allah Mubarak, helping others tread the same path that you yourself have tread multiple
Inshallah.
times.
You know he's been in hot demand, bro. Every time he's on, bro, I get good feedback about him.
Yeah?
Especially on the parenting podcast.
Alhamdulillah.
Especially from the ladies, bro.
Yeah?
Really?
Hey.
Tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah, okay. They tick all the boxes.
Yeah, talking from a sensitive man's perspective. You
Alhamdulillah.
don't realize how insensitive you
This is what I'm saying. It can go both ways.
are.
And to our right, we have Brother Jawad, who you guys wouldn't have seen before, unless the cave episode you guys recorded comes out before this, which I don't think it will, because this is more relevant. Brother Jawad has been a fund manager. You've been involved in many different businesses over the years. Allah Mubarak. Currently, you are a B2B peptide supplier for clinics. You get them in touch with compounding pharmacies that are
B2C.
able to provide them, and also B2C as well.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I wasn't aware. MashaAllah. So very accomplished. He's in the cave network that we have. Consider him the father of the cave. You know, MashaAllah, he's always there helping out brothers with whatever they need, giving them advice, business advice, personal
Come on,
advice.
guys. It's like the cool uncle.
If it was permissible, would have said Godfather. But obviously, that's not permissible, right? It's a
that's
position,
Catholic.
but is it a okay? Yeah,
I mean, Godfather is basically the father appointed by God.
right. Okay, yeah. We don't mess with
It's
that.
a Catholic thing.
He's the cave father. That's why we say the cave father.
Cave father.
And of course, we have Imran, who doesn't require any introduction.
Yes, I do.
But
Okay, we have
I'm joking.
The more or
Imran,
less, just the better.
previously known as Dawah Man.
I'm joking. Assalamu alaikum, guys. Before we start, I just wanted to give a big shout out to a online homeschooling institution called Bruges Academic. Actually, I have my relatives, right? I have my nephew and nieces that actually are in attendance to this online homeschooling institution. I've spoken to the founder, the principal of the school, alhamdulillah, and I've had phenomenal feedback. So I wanted to just give the shout out because, as the Prophet ﷺ said, none of you will truly believe until you love your brother, you love yourself. And those that are homeschooling, usually it's so difficult to do because you don't necessarily have the best resources, the best know-how, not always in the environments where people have done it before you. And here, having my family members had a great experience with this particular school and hearing such great feedback, and then after speaking to the principal and hearing about how they're actually increasing capacity now for September for more students, I just wanted to give them a shout out and let you guys have an opportunity to speak with them. Now, when they're increasing capacity, it's not a lot. It's only an extra 25 or 27 odd students. So I'll put the details below for you guys to check them out, inshallah ta'ala. Do your own research, see if it makes sense for you, your children, your aspirations. But so far, so good. We've only heard good things. These are practicing people that fear Allah Azza wa Jal on the Quran and Sunnah. The teachers are like that as well. So what you also get here is not just the main curriculum, but also what they call the hidden curriculum, which is the other morals and things that you learn from teachers that are outside of the maths, English, science, geography that they might teach you. And when that's being delivered to you by Muslims who actually fear Allah Azza wa Jal, practice the deen, there's that extra hidden benefit that you also get. So check them out at the link below, and hopefully this is beneficial. Assalamu alaikum. Let's get into the podcast.
So let's start with the World Cup. Now, the reflection that I want to talk about is a reflection that I was just discussing with the brothers earlier. Is what blew my mind is how they basically threw out tradition. They threw out the rule book to make more money in this. Now, this is something that I personally struggle with. Once something becomes a mold, becomes a precedent, for me, like breaking that precedent, I struggle to fathom it in my mind, maybe because I'm a blue, right? But these guys, just to be able to make more money, they changed it from 32 teams to 48 teams. That's 16 extra teams added. Like, if I was on that board and that meeting was happening, I would say, no, I can't do that. Why? We've never done that before. That's not how it should be. It's not how it's supposed to be. These guys said, no, we're going to do it. That's 16 more countries whose populations are going to be watching. So that adds in revenue. That's, I don't know how many more matches in total that added in. Because remember, it's not just 16 more matches. These teams are going to be playing other teams.
Exactly.
There's more quarterfinals. So now you've added in X amount of more matches, so more revenue from sponsorships, ads, etc. On top of that, the one that really blew my mind was the ad boards. You know the ad boards that are around the stadium? So these boards traditionally have been like TV screens. So they'll show an ad, they'll change it to a different ad, to a different ad, to a different ad, to a different ad. But I don't know if you've been watching any of the matches or any of the highlights or anything. But for example, the region that we're in, UAE, if you're watching from here, you'll only see Middle East-based sponsors on those boards. You'll only see those like Aramco. And you're thinking, wait, these guys are showing it in America. Why are they showing Aramco when Aramco's got nothing to do with America? Yes. But the very interesting thing is the way they set up these screens is they set them to be 240 frames per second. And the cameras are only 60 frames per second. So they've got 4 different regions who they've sold 4 different sponsorship rights to. The cameras that are broadcasting to that particular region are only capturing 60 frames per second. They're only capturing one particular... At any given time, I don't know if I'm explaining this well.
Yeah, you are.
At any given time, there are 4 different ads being displayed on the same board at the same time for a different region. So if you're watching that match from the US broadcasters, you're getting, Nike, Taco Bell,
McDonald's.
I don't know, whatever else might be
If
you're in the Middle East, you're getting, Aramco and these kind of... If you're watching in Asia, you're getting, I don't know...
Pepsi Cola,
probably a Pepsi Cola, BYD or whatever.
Jollibee.
They want to show. Yeah, whatever they want to show. Chinese Communist Party. I don't know, whoever's purchased the rights for it. But instead of now, multiple sponsors sharing the same board at different times where, each one gets maybe 10 minutes throughout the whole match, or just giving it to one guy for the entire... They're not able to do with 4.
Dynamic.
And the way they did that, like, for me, that just blew my mind. Like, they found a way to do that, to squeeze out more money. They added hydration breaks. Are you telling me in Qatar you didn't need hydration breaks? They just wanted more space to put more ads, generating more money. And I think this World Cup, if I'm not mistaken, is by far the highest in terms of revenue. And you mentioned, Imran, something that you came across, which again, along these same principles. What was it?
Yes, the dynamic pricing issue. But before we go into that, just a quick question, man. Did any of you actually watch the World Cup?
So I've been watching highlights of particular matches, yeah.
But did you?
I've watched 3 games, knockout games.
So my experience has been hardly anyone around me watched the World Cup this time.
I think a lot of people are watching highlights, just not the actual full matches.
So number one,
and definitely not like group stages and stuff.
Anyone who has I don't know anyone who watched games, but the guys who did watch only watched highlights, and even then they only started to watch towards the
actual knockout
stage. And I was reflecting over before I come to the dynamic pricing issue why that is, and I realized, well, it's because and it's really interesting, right? Because every World Cup and whenever these big championship things happen, back in the Da'wah days, when we used to be around like a lot of students of knowledge, they would always end up watching, right? The students of knowledge would always suddenly, like, when it's World Cup, they'd just be into it. And that used to always throw me off. I'd be like, bruv.
Like, you're saying you believe it's haram to watch the World Cup?
No, I'm not saying it's haram. I'm not saying it's haram.
Okay,
but I'm saying it's a waste of time, right? I believe it's dead. Me personally, a person who's got high visions, goals, aspirations in life, you don't have time to watch the World Cup. This is a personal thing, by the way. Yeah? You can differ with me, no problem. But for me personally, I cannot take out the time to watch a game, right?
You mean a full game beginning?
Even the highlights, I don't care. I don't care, bruv. You've played this country, that country. I have no desire in the world to see who wins, why they win. I only have one desire. France must not win. That's my... And it's just when I heard someone say, I think France is going to win, that stressed me. Then I heard today, and Alhamdulillah got kicked out. That brought me a lot of joy. Okay. France insulted the Prophet ﷺ. Okay. So France has to not win. That's the only thing I care about. And then I reflected, I was like, these students of knowledge, obviously the biggest goal in life is what? That one. Call people to Allah's right? You guys have the highest mission. We have the highest mission. But I noticed the entrepreneurs and the businessmen I'm around cared less about the World Cup than people sometimes even in the da'wah do. And that was a reflection that I had. I was like, why? And honestly, bro, because guys that are working for the dunya work harder and are more focused on their goals and objectives than some of the guys working for the deen. Honestly, bro, like you was like, and I'd love someone to clip this and send it to the students in Medina or wherever, Medina to Nasser in Egypt, wherever they are, as a reminder for them, inshallah. Because when it comes to the World Cup, that's it, bruv. They're just so locked in. But I'm telling you, guys that are making money are not as locked in. They don't care. Like if I spoke to Sam right now about the World Cup, he'd tell me, am I an idiot, bruv, to watch a World Cup game?
So are you saying that as a generalization, you feel that businessmen are less into them students of knowledge?
I mean, I've literally seen both worlds.
Yeah.
I've seen students of knowledge are guys who are very motivated, very driven. They have a big goal and a mission in life. So are businessmen. They are like that as well. Very driven, very motivated. And I just observed last World Cup, which was in Qatar and the ones before that. I was always thrown off like, why are you not talking about the World Cup, bruv?
I think it just comes down to...
And then this time round, bruv, honestly, I was expecting brothers in the cave to all be like, World Cup, seeing messages in the Telegram chat. Bruv, no. I only started to hear about it.
I'll tell you something funny on this. One of the brothers actually asked, by the way, in person, not in the group. He asked in person. He was like, by the way, are any of the brothers coming together to like watch the World Cup or anything?
In fact, they had to ask that shows.
Yeah, no. So then I asked, I'm not sure. Has no one discussed it in the thing? He's like, no. And I think, like, even me, I wouldn't want to post about it in there. So I don't think it's a case of no one's doing it. I think maybe there's a sense of I'm going to come across like I'm not serious if I start talking
but
about
that's my
it.
point. The fact that
but I don't think that. So that I agree with. But I think what you're saying, I don't believe it's correct to say that students of knowledge are more engaged in the World Cup than businessmen. I said
anecdotally.
Even anecdotally.
No, but you can't deny my anecdotal experience.
No, you can have that anecdote. I mean, I was watching a video the other day where there was a American scholar saying anecdotally, I know over 100 people have done hijrah, and every single one of them has come back and said, it wasn't.
His reality.
Okay, cool. That's his reality. Sure. But my point is because when we do mention that, remember, there are things that are necessitated by that, right? But what I'm trying to say is there are some students of knowledge that are probably into football. There are some students of knowledge that are not into football. The ones that are into football will watch the football when it comes. The ones that are not won't. Likewise with businessmen. There are some businessmen that are into football that will watch it. Others that are not into football and they just won't watch it. I don't think necessarily, because think about it. Everyone has things they do in downtime that another person would consider that's a waste of time. Yeah. One guy will go on a jet ski and say, that's my... but what benefit are you getting from going on a jet ski and going in the sea?
Can I suggest that the life of a student is fairly one-dimensional? You got to do your study and then it's dead time. Unless you're doing more study.
But usually there's teaching, studying, researching.
Yeah, so that's it. It's one dimension. It's just learning. So any kind of release would be welcome. Even if I'm not into football, everybody else is, and it's a bit of a release. Whereas entrepreneur's life, socially, work-wise, is much more diverse. Got a lot more stimulation going on. Much more busy. So socially, it might be a factor. Yeah. Why you'd see, if you put 100 guys in a dorm room and they're just studying all day, I would suggest anything would get their attention.
No, but they're not. I mean? They have their ice cream breaks, they have their tea breaks, they do all of that.
No, like a global event.
They're not allowed. You've committed yourself to Allah.
Okay.
How is it that fund managers have got their eye on the prize more than you? I'm just giving you a reality, bruv. I don't know why you're backing them.
I'll tell you, you know what?
I'm not backing them.
I'll give you a positive spin.
Nuance in the way you spun.
One nuance as well.
Sure, I really want to hear your nuance.
Yeah.
You bought the package, right?
Yes.
How many games did you watch?
3.
Out of like, what? How many? 100 games?
I don't know how many there was.
Why
only
did you
3.
only watch 3?
Well, because those times were suitable to me. I had nothing else on. Secondly, because it was people that I really wanted to watch lose, like France. So spite watching, I guess. Yeah. But it was mainly about it was those evenings I didn't have much on, and actually I only watched it because my kids wanted to watch it. Like my kids are all homeschooled. They're always under my supervision. So I thought, well, he wants to watch Ronaldo and this, that, the other. At the end of the day, it's better than him trying to do other things.
Why did you not watch more?
Oh, because I think it's a waste of time.
Yeah, but I also don't believe majority. I believe the number of people that watch every single match is a tiny percentage. Most people only watch it if it's a country related. Like, for example, I know that majority of Muslims, I would say, would probably watch it when Morocco was playing, just because it felt like some kind of. I don't believe.
What about Algeria? What about Egypt?
I don't believe like Chile versus North Korea. I don't know if that even happened. Would get a lot of views in general. And then usually it's towards the end
Surprised
where things peak.
how many Muslims are watching Argentina? Look, I know you thought it was a scam, or maybe you thought it was too good to be true. But on this podcast, I've been telling you about an opportunity that you can use to learn to make money. There are people that are making 10K a month, Allahumma barik, within 90 days. They're making their first dollar online and they're becoming financially independent, Allahumma barik. This is brother Abu Lahya's IMA, Influencer Marketing Accelerator. It shows you how to make money online, halal, through influencer marketing. I got off the phone to him, and he's just told me that one of the guys from this channel is about to become their first millionaire. $1 million cash. He's just passed the $800,000 mark, and he came in the summertime. I just done a live the other day with his inner circle members. These are guys that are on the IMA program that have done their 10K a month. Some of them, the next goal is 50K a month. Some of them is more, some of them is a bit less. The reason I share this with you is because I don't have anything to offer those that want to learn how to make money online. I have a network of high net worth and ultra high net worth Muslims, but people are always asking me. And the only place that I just really trust that I can say to you, go here and hopefully you can learn how to make some money online, inshallah ta'ala, is Abu Lahya's IMA Accelerator. Just so you know, it requires hard work every single day, 90 days. It's not cheap. It is expensive. And they reject most applications. But if you get there, inshallah ta'ala, you can get that financial independence, do your hijrah. You don't have to work because you're taking a bit longer than you should have taken on your salah break. Come on, like, that's not really the kind of situation you want to be in. So apply at the link below and don't let another year pass.
I'll just give it one nuance. I believe also it's always time for me personally. And I feel like, especially entrepreneurs, we're too busy building something for us to be kind of taken away. And this is something that's kind of like imaginary. It's not real. It's a social experiment. Yeah. But I'll say one thing. When I used to work in PlayStation, I remember, I'm not a gamer. So I used to work in PlayStation. My manager would come to me and say, hey, have you played that new game? I'm like, no. Yeah, it's like my consoles is just like catching dust. So he'd push me, no, you have to play the game so that when users you contact you, you know what you're talking about. So within the da'wah, especially from the kind of Western countries, yeah, like students of knowledge that are coming from Australia, UK, US, whatever, who are they giving da'wah to? Mostly, it's going to be people like them who are mostly coming from backgrounds where they're following football and sports and whatever. So it does give them a little bit of, they can use, relatability, analogies. They can drop, like Christian, these kind of da'wah kind of quirks do give you a bit of leverage.
Bro, that's why ChatGPT's got a feature. You click on it, it will give you the summary of what I did that.
Yeah.
I wanted to just see. Yeah. I just wanted to see France.
But even that's interesting because a lot of people became political with the World Cup, and the World Cup is kind of political. Like behind the scenes, it's a political.
Even there was I think when Argentina beat England, they put up a sign or something saying that the Falklands belong to Argentina, exactly, like that, which causes a bit of controversy.
The structure of FIFA is political within itself,
and I find watching these games, you unintentionally start gaining all this knowledge that will never benefit you about the players and their lives and the teams.
No, definitely, like how in the olden days they used to have the gladiators and they used to bring them in and there's a quote or a saying, I forgot what it is now, something like the point being is that as long as you keep the people busy with stuff like this, they won't be looking at us so like what's happening. Like people are more worried right now about the World Cup than about things like HS2 railway, for
100%,
like billions. I saw a clip on LBC where a supplier of gravel, and he was basically saying that I've had it twice happen to me now, where HS2 contractors, they've ordered 40 tons of gravel or whatever it was,
aggregate,
and it was £25,000. And he goes, they called me like a month later saying that they've misplaced it and they need to order it again. Taxpayers' money being spent on this. A couple months later, again, the same order from the same person, they misplaced it. They spent £75,000 where they should have only spent £25,000. Wow. Who knows? Maybe there's corruption. Maybe they're using it on a private a project that they've got. They're actually using it there, but then paying for it again and getting reimbursed or whatever. I don't know. But my point is, the country's being run to the ground.
Everyone's watching the football.
And people are distracted by the football. And so, no doubt, there is an element of that. But at the same time, though, again, everyone here has interests. There's things that you probably watch or do that I would consider to be... I watch car videos. You probably look at me and say, bro, what are you doing with your time? How's that aiding you in your mission? And it's just a hobby that I have. For me, would you consider that wasted time? I don't know. It's an interest that I have. I'm learning about cars. But my point is, because I'm just saying, I don't think it's necessarily in totality to put it like that. I think it's a bit more nuanced.
I'll tell you why I would throw nuance into the wind.
Go on.
Yeah. Wadah, you just said you're busy building your business, so you ain't got time.
Yes.
You just said, had it not been for your children, you probably wouldn't watch the games.
No,
One of them
no,
was
yeah.
fight watching, and you didn't watch any more because it's a waste of time, right? I'm telling you, that's been the energy amongst most of the brothers. What I'm trying to get at here is, remember, بَلِ الْإِنسَانَ عَلَى نَفْسِهِ بَصِيرًا. The human being, he knows himself best.
Yeah.
And so you have to hold yourself to account. I'm saying, when I got into this da'wah and when I got into seeking knowledge, this became my life's mission. It became something that now there is nothing that's more important than serving this one cause, right? And we understand from the angle of how great knowledge is and how great the cause of Allah's religion is. Students of knowledge know this, right? That this is something that you know, Sheikh Salih Hussein is ta'zeem al-ilm. What does he say? One of the things that will help bring you knowledge is sidq. And what sidq? Sidq is that you give knowledge all of yourself, right? You give knowledge, you're truthful to it to the point where you give it all of yourself. Knowledge is thing, if you give it everything, it will give you something. If you give it something, it will give you nothing, right? So our brothers, they know this. I'm saying you understand the cause that you're on and you allow yourself to get distracted by things like World Cup. And I'm telling you, just so you know, there are guys that are getting the dunya right now by Allah's fadl and tawfiq, and they are more focused than you. That's a fact. Whether you like it or not, bro. Get upset, don't get upset. That's not what I'm here for. I'm just telling you a fact that I'm seeing that bro, am I lying?
No, it's definitely
Am
there.
I lying?
Yeah.
No, of course.
Am I lying?
It's a fact.
No, no one's
So
saying you're lying.
Okay, good, that's
The
it.
data's there.
We're done.
The date is there, yeah.
But I just don't think it should be placed as if businessmen don't do anything at all that might be considered a waste of time.
No, I'm not saying
No,
that.
of course
I'm
not.
just saying that the World Cup is a huge example,
Yeah.
and I see more guys that have less reason to getting distracted, and the guys I think would get distracted or not. Anyways, my point was dynamic pricing, which we're going to be doing a detailed deep dive into it because there's some fiqh discussions around it as well, the permissibility. But basically, what FIFA did this time, these guys are mad capitalists, is that you know how when you check an airline, you're checking a price,
Yes.
or on Booking.com, you're checking a hotel, it will tell you different prices based on your activity on the site.
And other
Right.
people as well, like
And
how
other
much demand
people.
there is. For this
Exactly.
particular-
So basically, that's dynamic pricing. But these guys are now customizing dynamic pricing to the point where they are looking at multiple different variables and pushing the prices to crazy limits. So, for example, for one game, a guy would pay 4,000 USD if he's from the UK and they know he's already booked his flight, he's already booked his hotel, and there's no way this guy is now not going to pay for the ticket, even if the price goes skyrocket. And then guys in Dallas, a couple of hours before or a day before the game, they'll sell it to $50. This type of disparity has actually been published. I'm trying to
So
say.
previously, this kind of stuff would happen by
Ticket
touts.
touts.
Ticket touts. They would there'd be a fixed price for the tickets. They would quickly go buy as many as they could and then resell them either outside the stadium or online before whatever. But now FIFA said, wait,
It's just been automated.
we need to get in the.
We've left all this on the table.
That's what I'm saying. We left all this on the table. No, we can't. We're going to become the ticket touts now.
That's why this World Cup, they did not optimize to sell out. Because if you sold out, it means you left money on the table, right? So they're optimizing for the highest revenue per game. You understand? Now, the conversation that's actually taking place right now is that, is this going to become the future of pricing, period? Now, when I'm on delivery, when I'm on Talabat, or when you're on Amazon or whatever have you, is dynamic pricing going to kick in based on your consumer behavior online, where you're going to be extorted or you're going to be charged very, very high amounts, where one person is paying $200 for a pen, for example, another guy's paying $5 for that pen.
And this is why data is so valuable.
Yeah.
You know, like you never understand, like, why am I getting all this free stuff from these apps? And all I have to do is just press accept terms and conditions. Like, how come I'm getting so much value? You are the product. But even when you say you are the product, like, it never really clicks in your mind. Like, what does that actually mean? Like,
Gotta know how it works.
What am I actually losing when I download an app, like a Maps app, for example, or whatever it is, and I'm using it for free, and I'm pressing, terms and conditions, accept. What do I actually lose out? But you don't realize it. Like, if you're that guy in the UK, for example, you're trying to book this ticket, you spent £4,000 more, or $4,000 or $3,950, whatever it is, more than another person, simply because they had the data on you to know that you're willing to pay that price given your situation.
Well, whether you're willing or not, you're gonna have to.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to. You're
Yeah.
gonna have to. You're gonna be forced to pay it. SubhanAllah. Any reflections you guys had on the World Cup, or anything that you saw, anything that came to your mind?
on the pricing and the like, even when you said about the adverts, like, to me, these things are very interesting from a business point of view, And these are things like, for example, when we did the parking kind of solution, this is something that we tried to kind of leverage, because now we have the data on, let's say at the time was like 300,000 parking sessions. We know where people park, which hotel they park at, how long they stay. We know by your validation where you went to eat. So now this data becomes super powerful.
Yeah.
Because now we can go to, for example, telecommunications companies. We can go to the RTA or whatever, and basically that data we can leverage it, because then they can start targeting you super specifically. Yeah. We know what car you're driving as well. We know, for example, what percentage of Mercedes drivers go to the Radisson Hotel. So it starts to get.
You could do super targeted advertising in exchange for parking.
And this is where advertising is going.
Man, do you still have this data?
Of course.
Okay, shall I tell you something with introducing into the cave? Okay, cool. We're introducing a feature for
It's turning into a data farm.
Yeah. No. So what we're introducing, so he said, you lot have got 3 million retail customers. Do you know you can make money off that data? How so? So for example, they've got data on mums, new mums, because they're buying, maternity outfits and
of course,
outfits for kids that are this. So now what happens is that you can now sell this data to a maternity clinic, for example, who will basically, without owning the data, they can leverage your data by putting it in clean rooms. And
anonymize it.
Super targeted marketing where the cost per acquisition drops and the quality of the customer skyrockets.
Exactly.
And then you can basically have either they pay a retainer or they pay a percentage on each transaction.
Conversion,
right?
Yeah.
So he basically said to me, I can set this up for you for the cave. And basically, because we have a very unique data set, we have not just from the guys who joined us, but even all the leads that we lost that didn't close, right? Ultra high net worth entrepreneurs, investors, senior corporate executives. Well, in our pipeline, we've got guys from Fortune 100 companies. We've got family office owners, fund managers, CEOs, guys with exits, fees, the kind of people that who would need? People that have financial services, investment funds,
exactly,
right? Real estate companies, luxury, real estate developers who want to sell to this particular ICP. Is that you can now take that data and
productize it and sell it to these guys.
So we're planning to do a test with Sam's 1971 Capital, his private equity launch, which is take our data, run alongside your campaigns on Meta, run a campaign based on our data set, and see if your cost per acquisition is lower and the quality of your lead is higher.
Exactly.
So then my idea is this, is that to create a intelligence pool where everyone who joins the data doesn't surrender their data to us, but offers their data to be leveraged in return for being able to use everyone else's data.
Oh, yeah.
So amongst everyone...
So you aggregate the data between brothers.
Within the cave, now if you're in an automotive space,
you've
got all that data.
Exactly.
For example, brother Ahmad who joined, who's got 11 car rental companies, he's got his data. Anyone who now wants to sell to Mercedes owners, Nissan Sunny owners,
they can get super specific.
Super specific.
Yeah.
And what happens is that we have a central intelligence layer that everyone in the cave can what?
Can leverage.
What do you guys think of that?
That's amazing.
Mad, isn't it?
Sure.
Very good.
Yeah, but
Sure. I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
It's a good one. It's a good one. Yeah. Very good.
I think any new technology company has to leverage
especially
that.
healthcare.
Are there any ethical qualms or anything like that when it comes to data, selling data, moving data around?
Of course there are. Of course, it just depends on how you anonymize the data. You don't share. There's obviously GDPR kind of legislations, all of these things. But funnily enough, the EU just passed a law now that the government can basically access your messaging data.
Oh wow, really? So
going against basically they're going to have to rewrite the GDPR.
They're just only telling you about that.
That's what I was just going to say. They're already doing it, of course, if they wanted to. There's always these back
anytime you
doors.
type anything into computer, your phone, just assume someone somewhere
it's being logged.
that not supposed to
No one's
see it,
deleting
you're
nothing.
seeing
Yeah. But as a business, without leveraging data in 2026, your business is useless. That is the number one part of your business.
Honestly, bro, it's when I spoke to the brother Faisal about this, the way my eyes lit up, he said, okay, I realized you just understood what everyone means when they say data is the new oil.
Exactly. That is the currency.
Wallahi.
That is the currency.
Mad.
Even at Manzilo, that's what we're doing all of this building
You really
for
have
the
that
data.
You have that data from
Yeah, of course. Of course.
That's mad.
And the great thing is that our client doesn't even care about the data. They don't know what the data is worth.
idea.
Yeah. They just want to.
They'll catch on soon.
I give it to us.
It'll be too late.
I give it to us.
Yalla.
Give it to us.
Yeah,
We're good.
for sure.
Don't worry. Just to be clear, he's not going to actually give it to us.
No, it's all anonymized.
It's
It's
gonna be
all
legal.
yeah. There's no
No,
personal.
we'll never hold it.
Yeah.
We'll never hold it.
The safe rooms.
It's in safe rooms.
It's like an escort account.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's basically like
yeah.
an escrow account. You know what I'm saying?
No, of course, even the data that's given to you is all anonymized as well, so that it doesn't give out basically specific personal information.
The whole point is to give our members an unfair advantage
Exactly,
into the market.
That would be.
Do you know what I'm saying? That'd be crazy, isn't it?
For sure.
for sure.
So 30k USD. Guys, I just got my peptide delivery from my peptide man, Dr. Imran. Now, I've been taking these peptides for about 4 weeks now, and I've personally seen, and I want everyone to go out there and do their own research, don't take my word for it, but me personally, after doing my own research, I have started taking them and I lost 7 kilograms in 4 weeks taking the weight loss one called retatrutide. I've started taking the sleep one. I was struggling to sleep for 10 years properly, and I wake up multiple times in the night. Now I sleep like a baby, and I look forward. I was that guy that was like, no, you got sleep when you die. Yeah. And I realized because I struggled to sleep, now I look forward to going to bed, right? And today I reached out to him because I felt like my energy levels were a bit low, and he's given me this beautiful red, peptide alarm that I'm super excited about injecting myself with today. But jokes aside, this is a very serious topic. I wanted to let you know about Dr. Imran, not so you can go and buy these things from him. No, that's not how it works. What I love about this guy and his organization, Pep Labs, is that they are all about education first. There's a lot of phonies, a lot of people that sell peptides that are dangerous, quality is low. I myself was scared for an entire year. I heard about these things for a year, but I was scared to take it because I didn't have a trustworthy person that I could go to, a trustworthy company I can go to and actually, learn and get educated and take these peptides from. Now I do, alhamdulillah. Now, put buying peptides to the side. You can go get them from wherever you want. You may never buy them, no problem. Education is key because it may not even be useful for you. There might be peptides out there that can help solve problems that you have that you never even thought. I did not know that there was a peptide for energy. I thought because of the weight loss one, peptides causes to lose energy. But now, alhamdulillah, I got this one, and I'm going to put the link below, inshallah ta'ala, so you guys can book a call with his team and get educated. And then after that, if it makes sense for you, you're smart enough, you're grown up enough to make the right decision. With that said, click the link below, book a consultation call, get educated. Like me, I'm going to start clicking tonight, inshallah.
So let's move on to the second topic.
Bro, never for you, bro. You're granddad.
Well, he's the cool uncle, man. Not
Let's move on to the second topic, inshallah, which is gentle versus tough parenting.
Yeah.
And the reason why I wanted to discuss this is I recently, start of last month, enrolled Yusuf into Jiu-jitsu. Now, he was doing it last year briefly for a period in Dubai, but that was the commute is killing me. So I found a place in Sharjah.
Mashallah.
He's been going there now. He's been going for about 6 weeks. Now, initially, my wife would be taking him quite a lot. And you've met Yusuf, right?
No, I haven't met you.
You haven't met Yusuf?
No.
Okay, you've met Yusuf.
Of course.
So he, by his nature, is quite non-aggressive by his nature, right? So coming into this now where he's, learning techniques and then having to try and, roll with these other kids, a lot of them who are bigger than him, stronger than him, have been doing it for a lot longer than him, I could tell he didn't like it.
Mm.
And my wife would take him and, she would say, oh yeah, he didn't like it. He started crying like during the actual rolling because he's not, again, the aggressiveness by nature, he's not like that, right? So having a next man grabbing you by the collars and the sleeves and throwing you around and you're having to do the same thing to him, he used to get
Even
quite
though he
upset.
always pretends to shoot me when he sees me.
So yeah, exactly.
How old is he?
He's 5 now.
Allah
He's 5 now. So I took him a few times and again, I observed this and I saw this. So then when he came over and I asked him, the first few times he said he cried because he got hurt. So his nose hit the guy's knee or something like that. I said, it's understandable. You're crying. You're upset. No problem. I said, when you're crying, you don't stop. When the coach tells you stop, like round's over, then you stop. But until then, I've got no issue. If you're upset, you want to cry, you can cry. But just don't stop until the coach says so. Then he started to fight through it. And I told him, look, when you get sad, you need to take that sadness, turn it into anger. Get angry, that will help you. That will give you the strength to carry on. So anyway, he started doing that for a little while, pushing through it. And recently, bro, Allah barik, it's like, and sorry, there was one time early on when he went. Remember, I know this kid, right? At home, I see what he's like, and he can be aggressive when he wants to be, and he's playing with me, and he's fly kicking me, grabbing me, pulling me, punching me. So I've seen what he's like, and when I've seen him going up next kid, and I see this timid behavior, I was confused. I asked him, I said, "What's the reason why you aren't going all in the way you do at home? Is it because you're scared you're going to hurt this child? Is it because the people are watching? Like, what's the actual reason?" He couldn't give me an answer. But there was one time where he was sparring with this little girl, right? And he's just being so timid. And I'm thinking, is it because he doesn't want to hurt her or whatever? And after the session, I said to him, I said, "Yusuf, I'm disappointed in you. Really disappointed in you. Not because you lost or because you didn't win, because you didn't try. And I can see you're not trying. I'm your dad. I know what you trying looks like, and Dad wasn't trying." For a few times after that, he got a bit upset. He was like, "I don't really want to go. I don't like it. Mommy, please, is there a chance we cannot go?" But then after that, and again, I'm just pushing him. I'm at home. I'm showing him, do this. I'm trying to be a bit tough with him. Bro, now, Allahumma barik.
Allahumma barik.
Akhi, the guy, I don't recognize him, bro. Like, he's 6 weeks into it. Sheikh, he's dominating these other kids, and I see him, but before they start, he's getting into the right stance. He's mentally going over it. He's getting on top of them. And recently, alhamdulillah, they gave him his first stripe just after 6 weeks. And normally, it takes a lot longer to get there's kids that have been going there for months. They ain't got a stripe. But I'm back because he listens, he pays attention, he's been following it. Boom, he's getting that now. So one thing I wanted to discuss with you guys, is where do you draw that line? Because a lot of these other kids that go here, I notice their mums bring them. And when the mum brings them and the kid starts crying or something happens or whatnot, immediately there's a certain, the kid will go running to the mum, or he will start looking towards the mum for, support. And even to be honest with you, like sometimes there's a female instructor. And I see the difference between her approach and the male instructor's approach, night and day difference. And the kid that has their dad in their corner, and he knows, but my dad's not gonna come and give me a hug and say to me, "Yeah, it's okay, come here, you hurt yourself." I just say, "Bro, carry on until the bell."
Yep.
So the bell goes, "I don't want you to look at me, I don't want you to talk to me. Just keep going." Where do you draw that line between being tough? Obviously, we're speaking specifically with sons here. Where do you draw that line between being tough and being loving and gentle? And how do you navigate that? And obviously, I know you, mashallah, have mashallah, multiple children of varying ages. Likewise, 7? Allahumma barik. All different genders, ages, etc. So how did you guys navigate this, and what were your...
So with my sons, I'm very particular because even my 3-year-old, if he's crying and I walk in the room, wallah, he stops. He sees me and he'll stop. Because they all know they're not allowed to cry. Because I tell them they're not allowed to cry. Or if they cry, they have to keep going. But now, once they get to about 3 and up, I don't let them cry. Because I tell them, listen, you have to grow up to be a man. And when men cry, nobody cares. The world will look the other way.
From the age of 3?
Yeah, because listen, it's a habit. Because I say to them, if you cry, it's not going to help you anyway. Right? But for me, the secret to a happy life is a person who knows how to... overcome adversity, how to be grateful when things are going wrong, how to have patience, or how to be grateful when things are going right, and so on and so forth. So that includes having the child learn resilience, learn to do things he definitely doesn't want to do, and instill habits in the child, whether they're actively learning or passively, that gives them that resilience. Because if the child gets too used to, from a young age, this I'm going to cry and someone's going to come solve my problem, I think this is a habit forming. A habit will form that in the later years. It's hard to break that, because what I've noticed is the children that get the gentle parenting, who get a lot of attention, in the sense, not just attention, where the parents are constantly sacrificing and compromising for the child's benefit, not benefit, long-term benefit, short-term benefit. Those kids grow up most times to be the type of kids that move away. Parents end up in homes, come see you a month at a time. Whereas the other way, where I've seen strict parents, dads that, aren't shy to give you a backhand, those children, in my own lived experience, have grown to be super attentive, obedient, respectful. I saw back in Afghanistan, this old man had 5 sons, okay? And he can't move properly. And he's thirsty, and he says to one of the grown men, "I'm thirsty." 2 of the sons grab him from the shoulders, bring him up. Okay, one gets the water, another one takes his turban off, puts it under his beard because the water's going to drip. And when he finished drinking, instead of saying thank you, son, he just goes like, "Ugh," like, get away from me now, I'm done. And the sons were like so dutiful. The guy took back his turban, wiped him up. And it just, in my experience, it shows that the more soft approach you take with the kids, the more you make them think, okay, the world is going to sacrifice for you so that you're happy, so that you stop crying, so that you get what you want. That habit will stay with them. When they're 25 and then the parent finally now expects you to sacrifice something for me because I've been good to you your whole life, that's not what the son thinks. The son thinks, why is my father not sacrificing for me? That's been the only dynamic between us. Why should I sacrifice what I want with this girl that I want to marry or with this career? Why should I not move across the world? What's going on? They have this expect. Whereas the opposite way, you'll find the opposite effect, right? Because the child has been brought up in a way to understand I'm not the main character here. There's a family unit. Everyone's benefit has to be taken into account. I have my own duties towards my parents. Then at the age of 20, 25, whatever, the whole dynamic's totally different. So when the parent's sick and you need to move back, or you don't marry that girl because, you know, something with your mom or whatever the case may be, you'll find that that child has already, that man at that point has already built into him sense of duty, responsibility, sacrifice, and so on.
Can I share something?
Sure.
Thank you for sharing that, Akhi. And I agree with a lot of what you said there, Allah Barak, if not all of it. Again, I'm not a parenting expert, and I've realized in this last year how difficult parenting really actually is, because you know,
that's why we have these conversations.
Yeah, it's very easy to talk about it, but I'll tell you, what I'm going to say right now, I'm just talking from my experience.
Yeah.
Just letting everyone know, don't take from me.
Yes.
Don't take from me. Don't do what I'm saying. But let me share with you. So, bro, my dad, very tough with me, bro. My dad never praised me for achievements. If anything, he put me down. I remember I came home and I smoked this big kid in karate, bro. Sweep them, hit him in the stomach, one. I thought, this, my dad is to be proud of. He was like, you didn't lose.
He said you didn't lose.
He said, you didn't lose. I said, what do you mean by I won? He said, yeah, you should have lost.
I don't know. He said you didn't lose.
As in, like, this is expected.
Yeah.
Standard.
He's like, how do you know your mistakes if you don't lose?
Oh, wow.
As in saying you should have lost.
Yeah, he's like, why, you want me to praise you because you won? You don't know your weakness, right? So I'm like, Dad, I thought you'd be happy I won, right? And then if I come and I lost, well, you lost. Why'd you lose? You didn't try hard enough. I don't care if you got a black eye, you should have carried on. There was always something. There was always something. I remember, like, I would bring home great work I'd done at school. He would look at it and he would say, good. Go back and do more.
Okay.
Right, my dad was like that, bro.
Okay.
And I'll be honest with you,
the point.
it benefited me so much. I didn't grow up with any complex. I don't have any, like, daddy syndrome, daddy issues. All it taught me was, keep working hard, bro. Don't give up. Keep grinding, keep working hard. Life is tough. Now, here's the thing. My dad gave me so much love outside of the achievement conversation. So for example,
how was the love?
He would slap me, no, not physically slap me, because he never physically actually hit me. He did, like, intimidate me and lift me up by holding me from my collar and strip me naked and pour freezing cold water on me in the bathtub and boiling hot water on me and leave me there. But he never hit me. Alhamdulillah, right? He did knee me once.
Okay, anyway, go on. So how was the...
This is where the trauma's coming out.
Yeah, no, he was trying to show me the sense. He was like...
Anyway, go on. How was the love display done?
Bro, like, at night, he would just tell me, just come over to his room, would hug me, cuddle me, just hold me, kiss me all over my face. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's what I do, yeah.
I know he loved me, but in, like, in the field, do the work. Why didn't you do the work? Go ahead, do the work. Go ahead and do the work. Don't underperform. No, I don't want to hear it. You want to pat on the back because you achieve? You're supposed to achieve, fool. You come from a legacy of high achievers. Your grandfather achieved. You're just doing what you're supposed to do. You want to praise you for being great? You're supposed to be great, brother. Does that make sense? So, now, coming to my kid. I realized And of course, mothers are going to do this. Mothers are merciful, gentle, whatnot. Kid falls, cries. What does the mum do?
Picks them up.
Picks them up, right? I remember at the beginning, my daughter would fall. Whenever she'd fall, you know, you're learning to walk, you fall. The first thing she would always do is look up. And then you see the lips start vibrating, and then she would cry. But first, she was looking.
Check.
I remember I used to catch it, and I say to my wife at the time, I say, babe, listen,
Don't react.
don't. But of course, mums are mums, and that's what makes the mums, right? So I got to a point now where, bro, my daughter's crying over everything, right? Crying over everything. Now, look how long it takes to reverse certain things, bro. It took me a year to reverse this, yeah? Every time she falls, and she falls every day. Because she's a bit nuts now, right? She's roller skating, rollerblading. She's jumping around. She's falling every day. I told her, listen, and I repeated this thing to her, like clockwork. She's on the floor, she's crying. I'm just standing there, crying. Sometimes she takes a nasty fall. I will not pick her up. I will not pick her up. I said, Baba, what did I say to you? In life, what happens? You fall. Sometimes in life, you will fall. No one's going to pick you up. What do? You get back up yourself. And she realized that. And now she'll say it. Now she falls. She might give a little, and I said, Baba, what happens in life? You fall. So what do? You get back up. Yeah. The other day, and I was really proud of this moment. We were leaving the masjid, and she took a nasty fall. This fall scared me. You know when you hear a noise, you think, wait, I was like, did something crack?
Yeah.
But in my mind, my thinking was, if you broke something, me coming to you any quicker is not going to fix it.
So.
But just in case you haven't brought it, I still want you to learn the lesson. She fell. At this time, she was crying. And I said, bro, what have I told you, man? What have I told you? You get back up. Bro, she got up. She got up, and it wasn't such a nasty fall. Alhamdulillah. That happens, you know what I'm saying? So I think if you don't prepare your kids for toughness in life, and I'll be honest with you, there's this stuff only the dad can do. That's why 100%. What you said just kind of was a revelation for me. And I didn't deep until you said it. Is that, bro, the kids who have their dads taken into these things must have such an unfair advantage. Because you're right, bro. If I'm there and my dad's watching me, oh my goodness gracious me, brother. Bro, I'm a different animal. Like, I'll tell you something. You know what my dad used to do? My dad was a bit mad, you know. Like, if I had friends, he would always make me fight them when they would come over to the house to visit.
You two wrestle. That's in my
you
family.
two wrestle?
You
would make me box them.
Yeah.
Put the boxing gloves. So I used to have this friend called Aaron. Yeah. He's half Egyptian, half white. I don't know what he is nowadays. But he was a boxer. So my dad was like, what? My kid doesn't box. All right. So my dad would make me box him, bro. So I remember, bro, when my dad's watching me, bro, I'm putting my fingers in this guy's nose and trying to rip his brain out. I'm making sure, Dad, you don't see me lose. But now if my mum's there, I'll take the beat to the face, bro. Obviously, you don't hit no one in the face. It's not allowed. But what I'm trying to get at is that I just deep when you said that, bro. Yeah. That those other kids must have such an unfair advantage that their mums are there, as opposed to Yusuf, who knows his dad's there.
So, look, I agree with you guys in principle, right? The toughness, 100%, I agree with that. And I believe, like, even like when I look at guys that are in the cave, high achievers, all of them, there's a sense of resilience in there that's come from experiences from childhood, without shadow of doubt, likewise myself as well. But I don't know if toughness should be the asl. There's a time and place for it. It has its benefits. Again, you guys have more experience than me when it comes to parenting, both in terms of number of children and also time of being parents. So I'm just telling you where my thought process is at the moment. For me, like, the asl is love.
Of course.
You know, be empathetic, whatever else it is. When there's a time, like, for example, if like, I don't raise my voice at my children unless there's, and even then I don't usually raise my voice. I just change to a stern voice. Like,
stern voice, yeah.
Yusuf,
yeah.
What did mom just ask you to do? Why haven't you done it? Or what did I tell you to do earlier? Why is it still not here, for example? You know, when he's at Jiu-jitsu, usually it was like when the car on the way, I'm telling him, listen, you're so strong, you're going to do this, you know, and I'll start hyping him up. You're my boy, you're my son, you know, like, just get him gassed up. And if he loses, he doesn't do well, but I saw he tried his best, I'll still praise him. Yeah. I won't say to him, nah, like...
Yeah, I believe my dad was extreme. But,
oh, yeah, I don't care about outcome either. I care about the attitude and the effort, and as you said, a lot of affection has to be there in love.
Yeah, but the
Lot of
outcome is
affection.
important. Like when he got his
Yeah.
stripe, and you know he submitted the guy for the first time. Again, bigger than him,
Yeah.
been the guy for longer than him. I was so, and I said to him, "Listen, that was amazing."
Yeah. I give praise when there's a good outcome, but if there was a bad outcome, but he had the right attitude, didn't cry, he didn't do anything, I wouldn't have a go at him.
Oh yeah, I just want to clarify. I'm
Yeah.
not saying, like I said, I'm not saying don't praise. My dad was
Which is extra.
my dad was, but it worked for me.
Yeah.
I don't know why it worked for me. It works
Still better than gentle parenting.
but I do. But that's my point. That's my point. It's better than.
But maybe there were. Maybe it could have been more optimized to where you would have done more things.
That's what I was.
Sooner,
I can't
earlier.
lie, bro. I think I'm a high achiever.
Yeah.
No, so you're not. No, but
I
I'm
don't know
just
how my
saying.
dad could have done better. To be honest.
I don't know either. Only Allah knows the unseen.
If I don't say so
You don't
myself.
But as in, I'm just saying, maybe there are things that you're unaware of currently.
No, you're right.
You
100%.
could have done more, could have done less, or maybe there are issues that you're unaware of. Like,
Bro, 100% you're right. I overpraise my daughter when she does something good. When she does something good, I make a celebration out of it, bro. Like, we're going out, I don't even get dessert. No, I get dessert just to treat her. Yo, you just did this. Do you know what I'm saying? And I overgive her love, bro. When we're at home, bro, the love, the affection. My point is just in the field, there's no excuse. Get the job done. Get out of the foot.
what are your thoughts?
Disagree with you, bro, please.
You know what? Obviously, you don't know what you don't have until you do know. Until you speak to somebody, professional, whatever. You don't know where your deficiencies are. You don't know where the trauma might be because of what happened. Or whatever, yeah. Allahu alam. Yeah. We all have it. Yeah.
He did very casually rattle off some traumatic things.
Bro, I had no
Exactly.
trauma.
Yeah, he need
Because
me
he
for the
didn't hit
kettle
me.
on me.
He
Like,
didn't
bro,
hit me, but he did all the other.
Oh wait, no, I've got need.
No, it was.
he kneecapped me with a baseball. I'm like, bro.
I had a friend, his dad didn't hit it. Sometimes he hit him, but one time threw him in the shower, took his clothes off, threw him in the shower, and peed on him.
So I'm saying, I would rather you hit me. My man's traumatizing. That's
Well, and that guy can stand up in the room and say, "Fatah's never hit me."
yeah. He loved me the whole time.
Yo, that's mad. That's mad.
But honestly,
Crazy,
bro,
huh?
That's
I've
mad.
deep my situation.
That's
I've
mad.
gone to people.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, I have no trauma.
Bro,
But also,
Zero
okay,
trauma.
cool. I believe then you in that situation, you're an exception to the rule.
you're an edge case. You know what I'll tell you, yeah, it's all about, as Abu Bakr was kind of alluding to, is that could there have been a way, to get to the same objective, differently? I'm sure there is. There's always so many roads
There
to one
always
thing.
is,
Yeah. And again with your experience as well, to me, it just sounded like that's something that you went through as well. Like it was,
Brother, when I was
you had a
8
stern.
or 9,
Yeah.
okay, I stepped on one of those thumbtacks. It went right into my foot, and I came limping back upstairs to where it was my mum, my auntie, and some other guests. So much blood. And I said, "Mom," I was kind of crying. I said, "Mom, look what happened." I thought I'm going to get some sympathy. You know what she said? She snapped back at me. She goes, "Boys your age are defending the country." I said, she said, "Get out of here." I was like, sheesh. I was like, "All right, no worries, Mom." Wallah, that set the scene for me for the rest of my life.
But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's obviously you've done it, Allahumma barik, in a positive way. You've used it in a positive way, but that could have gone left.
Could have. But
you see
gentle
what I'm trying to say?
parenting, brother, will
No,
always go
I'm not
left
talking
in my-
about gentle, but I'm saying to you that these are all things that
100%.
we've learned.
Yeah.
These are learned behaviors
Could
from
go
us.
either way.
So exactly. So it doesn't mean that it's optimum. It just means that I made it work for me.
It worked.
That's what I'm saying. It's anecdotal.
Exactly.
I just see this gentle parenting nonsense don't work.
But there's a thing. It's like there's two extremes to everything. Yeah. It's finding that balance.
Yeah.
That's the key. How do we find that balance so that the advice becomes scalable? Yeah, it can be applied to everybody rather than just saying, "Oh, for me, I just kiss him and it just works for me, for everything,"
what?
and then I slap him and it works for me.
What's the game plan?
It's
It has to be a balance.
God.
Like for me, for example, just like in that jiu-jitsu situation, yeah, like when you said like the crying and whatever in the beginning, the first thing I think of is he's not comfortable yet. It's a new environment.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's why at home when you said, because I know him, he's at home is different. It's because he's at home.
It's funny, my mother-in-law, my wife has said to me, my mother-in-law, she's told her that, he cries and that. She said, "Now take him out."
Of course,
yeah,
yeah. That's
like,
the natural
you
instinct.
could find something else for him to do and this and that. I said, "No, wait." And even to my wife, I said to her, "Listen, whatever happened," because one time she was running late or something, or she said, she went on a play date beforehand. She was, "I think he'll be tired. Let him rest." I said, "Listen, no matter what happens,
That's a
he
non-negotiable.
does not miss you." No matter what. The only exception I ever made was, we went to Saeed Mahiri's, his father passed away. We went there and Grace and his family invited his kids around. So there I made an exception. But even that,
He was eating at you.
Yeah, he was eating at me. But for that, I said, listen, no matter what happens, he goes, to the point where now, because my wife can't take him, I said to him, don't worry, I'm going to take him. These days, I'm 100%, like I'll take him 3 times a week.
Got it.
And even that, I'm seeing the benefits in me being the one to take him. But I said, yeah, no way. But yeah, but the point I was making is that for women, they'll see that and they'll be like, take him out. He's uncomfortable, he's upset, he's crying. So you're saying.
You know, to me, it's all about comfort in everything. Yeah.
So how would you deal with that? He's uncomfortable. What do you do?
Make them comfortable. Just the same way.
So you wouldn't think have a conversation, say you disappointed me.
No, I don't use the disappointment card, and that's because of my upbringing.
But I'm saying,
You see that? You know when you said that you said to him that you're disappointed. That hurt me.
No.
But I would say that.
That hurts me.
Even
I would
say
say
it.
that.
Yeah.
But
Because why? It's unwarranted.
no. But
Why?
I believe
no,
in
no,
that situation.
no, but let me tell you why.
I think it's like psychologically
tell you
letting
why.
the kid know.
That's psychological.
No.
Like that's
He's been going for like, at this point, he's been going for like 3 or 4 weeks now. And I took him. At the very beginning, I was easy with him. You know, he's getting used to it, as you said, he's getting comfortable. But now I've seen him. I'm sparring with him at home. He's going in. I've seen him here.
because he's at home.
No, but bro,
That is the reality.
For those 3 weeks, I'm seeing him. I'm going. Now it's got to the point where it's frustrating now, and it's like you're not living up to your potential, and I know what your potential is. So I need to let you know that this is not on, and I'm not happy with this.
No, but it might be, bro. You're taking something. Yeah, this is in your time scale. Why? Wait. Be patient, bro. As a parent, yeah, this is something that even me as a parent with my wife, this is a debate we often have, because sometimes she's putting her expectations and I'm putting my expectations, for example. Yeah, it can go either way.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is, he's his own person. The most thing that we need is,
but then this is where again, I lean towards this side, which is I have high expectations of you.
That's fine. You can express that.
And if I'm seeing kids that are
Nah, you see, that's where you go wrong. Don't ever compare your child.
But why not? Why is that bad?
No, but now he's out.
No. Comparing them directly is one thing, right? But saying to the child, so doing it based on the outcome, I agree with you. He lost. I'm gonna make him feel like he let me down.
Like, Muhammad did that. Yeah. Why didn't you do that? That's mad.
For me, it wasn't a loss.
Exactly.
You didn't try your best.
I understand.
So he's saying
I know
to
what your
him,
best is.
I understand, but not in a comparative
But
way.
let me ask you a question. I just want to know, why is that bad?
Because when you're comparing to somebody, you don't know what parameters they have. You don't know what they're coming with. Yeah, you don't know the strength they have and the weaknesses they have. So they're physically, mentally, emotionally, everyone's different.
But I thrive in competition, for example.
Exactly.
Right?
You.
So if you say to me, you're letting so-and-so smoke you, I'm like, bro,
you see with
the thing is,
homeschooling, I'll tell you an example. With homeschooling, for example, yeah, before homeschooling, the kids are in school, yeah? There's 20, 30 other children in the classroom, yeah? There's impossible for the teacher to identify each person's skills and what they're good at, what they're bad at, whatever, yeah? Now that they came into the homeschooling environment, straight away we identified, oh, wow, Yassine, he thrives. You just give him a task because he's hard on himself. He wants to finish, yeah? He wants to follow every rule there is. Maryam, impossible. That's not how she learns. She was just doing it because it's socially, she doesn't want to be left out. Yeah, but actually, she doesn't thrive that way.
You know what, brother?
She's creative. So you have to be creative in how you give the task.
I agree that.
So it's all about the approach and it's all about patience. As parents, we're impatient, bro. Generally speaking.
Can I just comment on that before I forget? Sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
That's a very good approach when you want to develop the child in something based on their own what they like, what they're good at, so on. But there are a range of things that has to be enforced upon that child, regardless of their introvert, extrovert.
100%.
Because the world's not going to customize and tailor for them.
100%.
At many points, they're going to be confronted with situations and people who not going to care what's your experience, what's your strengths, what's your trauma. They're going to say,
life experiences.
Deal with it
or
move out of the way.
Yeah.
For that purpose, it's important to... You have to be...
Why the rush though? Let's do it.
There's no rush. You're right. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
There's no rush.
No, you need to do it now because it's been weeks. It doesn't matter if it takes years.
All you need to do...
Why?
Look, bro, if a kid's not trying his best for a year.
That's a problem.
No, that's mad.
I'm not saying to you they're going to be for a year at the same level.
Listen,
that's my point. Look, so I'm his father, right?
But I'm saying to you...
I know this kid.
Yeah.
But I know what he's capable of.
How do you know how many weeks it's going to take him? You don't know.
Yeah, but there is a...
You're right.
This is a new skill.
You're right. But when I'm observing him and I can see the progress that he's making, I can see his behavior during the practice session when they're learning the technique and they're implementing it and how he's performing there, then when I see it, as soon as it goes to they call it a challenge, which is they do the rolling with the kid. Pick out a kid. And also, for example, there's another thing that he did that I told him I didn't like it and I don't want to ever do again, which is, so after they do multiple rounds. So they do the first round, second round, sometimes they do a third round. So after the first round, you used to went on the first round, and the coach asked, "Okay, who wants to go again?" And he shook his head and he said, "No, I don't want to go. I don't want to go again."
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, "Yusuf, you don't ever do that again."
Why? He was asked that question.
No,
it's his
no,
choice.
I told him now.
Yeah,
you
but he's
volunteer.
taking the easy option.
Now,
If it's not voluntarily, if he's being forced to do it.
it's voluntary for him. Listen, now, bro,
I don't agree with that.
it's really funny.
No, I
I'll
don't
tell you
agree with
funny.
that. I'll tell you why. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
All right, go.
I'll see something funny. Now, number one,
Yeah.
he volunteers when it's time for the thing. He puts his hand up straight away, saying, "Next."
And you attribute that to you.
Well, yeah, he forced him to do
No,
it.
it's not because of him. It's because now he's comfortable.
No.
But you're now attributing it,
No,
and you're going to apply it to
Yeah,
different
but-
things.
but
Yeah,
if
when
you
it
had-
didn't
I'm
work.
saying this forced him to get comfortable.
Yeah,
And that's
if
the
you
thing,
had
I'll
left
say
him,
funny
may
as well,
not
yeah.
have. He would have taken
I think it's funny.
6
Now,
months.
if the coach even asked a question, he said, well, okay, who asked him what an armbar is? My man's never done an armbar. And like, this. He put his hand up. He would say, yeah, like, coach asked me, and he'll try. Before he would have sat there.
But one second, can I ask a question about that? Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
By the way, I just want people to know, yeah, Alam Barik has actually raised some remarkable kids. So there's got to be something to what you're saying, even though I'm not seeing it right now. But
I'll tell you why. I
I've seen-
don't disagree.
But I have a question. Why is comfort such an issue? Shouldn't you get comfortable being uncomfortable?
Yeah, that's right.
Isn't that what you should be teaching your kids? Like, hey, listen, be comfortable with the
But
uncomfortable.
it doesn't start from day one. This is what I'm trying to show
No,
you.
he's
Yeah?
talking about the skill while he's talking about behavior. So you're saying he may need more time to get that skill,
Because
and
everyone's
you're right.
different, yeah.
But he's saying I don't care about the skill. I'm saying he wants the behavior to be modified that he tries to get the skill.
But that takes time also. I'm saying to you, I don't care about the skill
Yeah.
either. Yeah, for
Yeah, but
example,
see, the
I'll give you
behavior part, you can't give them unlimited time.
it's not unlimited, yeah, but you develop it in a way where you trust them. Yeah, you're showing trust because you know why? These are transferable skills. I couldn't care less about jiu-jitsu. Yeah, I don't want him to be the
Exactly.
next UFC fighter.
it.
Yeah, it's the transferable skills I'm showing him that he can trust me. I'm here with him.
So
I'm his guy.
I
Yeah,
don't feel like I've reached that balance.
Ex-
Allah Alam, I don't
yeah,
know.
of
but
course. But I'm saying to you, as we just said with Imran, yeah, the same thing could have been done in a different way.
what optimal way?
Do you see what I'm trying to say?
So let me tell you about
We
my kid.
have time,
Is there
bro.
ever a situation where you would say to him, I'm disappointed in you?
No, I'll tell you something. Yeah, of course. Yeah, but I'll tell you something about the jiu-jitsu situation. Yeah,
Go on.
what I'll do is he's in that environment now. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then even for me, for example, Yassine, bro, he did not want to do it because he's the same exactly as Yusuf. Yeah, he's a gentle guy.
Yeah.
That's his thing.
nature,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's love.
Yeah, I
That's
got
what he's
one
about.
like
Yeah,
that too.
and I love that about him. Yeah,
Love it.
because he's not about aggression. He doesn't understand why is someone doing this negative thing. Yeah, it's black and white for him. Everyone should be this cool. Anyway, for me, it's just putting him in the environment. Yeah. And he can say whatever he wants. So he goes to his mom, I don't want to go today. I'm feeling this, upset stomach, whatever, yeah? But he knows now it's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
But I don't need to even verbalize it. Yassine, you're going. That's it. I don't need to say I'm disappointed. Nothing. You're going. At some point, it clicks, yeah? Okay, I'm not going to get out of this, yeah? So now, Allahumma barik, like literally 2 days ago, they just told me they got their like grey belt or whatever it is, yeah? They moved on to the next stage. Even Yunus now is in it because he's seeing them, yeah? But it was never a thing of like, because he needs to also understand, I don't care about jiu-jitsu. I care about you developing as, you know what, sometimes, and I have these conversations with him, sometimes, you know what, it's not about what you want.
But
I agree with that.
Because this transfers to other things.
my thing is,
how do you reprimand bad behavior?
Yeah.
Answer
So,
that for me.
how do I
but
reprimand
this,
it?
this it's not necessarily bad behavior, bro.
Yeah,
It
that
is.
is.
Or wrong behavior.
Wrong. Let me ask a question.
Incorrect.
Let me ask a question. Let me ask a question.
Or undesirable behavior.
Me, I think my daughter's like me, yeah? Bro, if I don't have pressure on me, I'll waste time.
So,
If I see someone's not looking, I would have just messed about, bro, mucked about. I needed someone on my case. Accountability, basically.
yes.
And feedback loops. So my daughter, for example, if I, like she does parkour, yeah? And if I just leave, you know how a coach, I actually love her coach so much, bro. It's tough with her. Tough with her, bro. Like, you know what do to her, bro? When she's misbehaving, you put her on a monkey bar and let her hang.
Yeah. By the way, this is why I don't get involved.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, when I take them jiu-jitsu, what's the point of the coach? I'm not the coach.
Yeah.
It's funny. Coach had to tell me, couple times.
Exactly.
'cause I was
And
like,
you know what
"Just
you're doing.
stay on top
But
of it,
by the
do
way,
this, do
by the way, yeah, this actually, yeah, diminishes what they're trying to learn and the way they're trying to teach them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you actually causing a problem.
Yeah, but if
My
your
wife's
kid's
doing the
one
same
that-
thing.
Yeah.
No, Yassine, jump. I said, listen, he has a coach for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not black belts. We don't know what we're doing.
But at the
But
beginning,
you know what? Like, one of the
Just drop him there
But
and
coaches
let
is a
them
bit
be.
whack anyway. So
no, but at the beginning, I had to help the coach. You know why? Because well, she was so nuts. She don't listen. So then I have to come in and I have to say, "Oh, Mariam, stop misbehaving.
Listen.
Do you want me to punish you? I'm gonna punish you.
I'm gonna punish you.
I'm gonna punish you." But I had got to that stage. What do you want me to say?
Yeah.
I had to tell her, and now it works. And she's like, "By the way, punish. I don't hit my kid,
Yeah, yeah.
What's the
There's a
punishment?
lot of
Just
punishment.
out of interest.
bro." You know what?
No, it's
You know what? I laugh at my wife about this. The day she calls the bluff,
Yeah.
I don't know.
this is the problem. You know me, that's what I told my wife.
But
Don't do it
Five,
because
four,
she
three,
bluffs.
two. We never got to the one act
Mm.
before, so we never got to 0. I said, if I count down from 5, now she's got in her head. There's gonna be a
Listen,
agree with that.
brother, children crave discipline like you wouldn't
Yeah,
believe.
There's ways
right?
to do discipline.
Exactly.
But here's the
That's
thing,
what it is, bro.
you
Bro,
have
she's
to.
wild. You don't understand.
That's a good thing, though.
Brother,
Allah,
you
Allah
have
bad,
to-
especially for a girl,
But she doesn't-
bro. At some point,
I'll-
yeah, you develop her. I'll tell you, look, how I reprimand. Yeah, me, I know what my kids like, as you know what your kids like. Yeah, they're like Yassine loves reading.
Okay.
Yeah, loves. Like literally, but he can walk into a lamppost. Yeah, the first kid I know, he's been like he gets told off for reading. Yeah. Anyway, so I know, for example, he likes that. Mariam, she's just started doing skateboarding the last few months, and she's fully invested.
Invested,
Yeah, I don't even need to do anything.
Mm.
I say, oh, that book, oh, it's gone. You can't read. You're not allowed to read.
To Yassine.
Yeah. If he does something
Yeah.
wrong,
That's
So
what
that's
I do.
no
I'll
reading.
take away something
that's
they
it.
like.
Very,
It's very
simple.
easy.
There's no shouting, no,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm embarrassed. None of that.
Mm-mm.
Just remove what they like.
Yeah,
That's
I do it
It's
very
that simple.
nicely too.
When
When
you
for
do-
example, you because you used to also like to read these what books. So, for example, what I would have said to him, if you don't start trying your best, you can't read these books.
Yeah. Literally, like you've done something, yeah, that is
I
not
can
good.
see
Whatever
that,
the thing is, whatever the thing
But
is.
the question: what's wrong with a child knowing that I've disappointed my parent because I didn't try my best? Like,
Because
but
you know why?
Connecting not trying your best to disappointment.
I'll
of my
tell you
parents.
why. Yeah. Number one, yeah, is age as well. Yeah. They can't comprehend. When you say disappoint, bro, you don't know how far that can go in his head.
I can't lie. I feel like he's comprehended it, man.
You-
I'm very-
you know,
he's a
But
sweet
I'm
kid.
saying you can't fully comprehend how he's comprehending it. Like for me,
Right.
I'm telling you from
right.
my personal experience. It could be anecdotal, yeah. But like my mom never hit me. Yeah, there was once she hit me and my sister because we were fighting. Yeah, that's the only time my whole life. Yeah, I didn't grow up with my dad. So what she used to do is, yeah, and this is bro, I'm a grown boy. I'm like 12, 11, whatever. Yeah, these ages. I'll do something, and then she stopped talking to me.
Your mom.
Bro, I'll break down because the disappointment to me, it's like basically you're opening a Pandora's box of me now starting to think, oh my God, she doesn't love me.
No,
You don't know what
That's
I'm
why
going to
explain
explain
it. I said, I've explained it to him in a very loving, caring way. I've told him, listen, I love you. As long as you try your best, I will always be. I don't care if you win or lose. Of course, if you win, it's good, and I want you to win. But if you lose,
Yeah.
but I can see that you tried your best. No issues, no. I will never say to you, I'm disappointed in you. But today, I saw what you did there was not your best.
Mm.
And I've even asked him, did you try your best? He said no. I said, why not? He was like, and he didn't know.
I'll tell you something. A child for me, yeah, I can never be disappointed in my child because it's a reflection of me. If I'm disappointed, I need to be disappointed at myself because I failed
Yeah,
at
look, I'll
something.
check this, man.
I
That's-
disagree with that. I disagree with that.
Sometimes that can go the
I
other
disagree
way.
with
At a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh, as a 5-year-old, you're probably right. But when they get bigger,
Bro, that's a
Look,
reflection of
brother,
me. You know me, if I go to a playground and kids
Yeah.
are like, you know these nuts kids,
Yeah.
yeah? With my kids,
At
I know how
5,
my
you're
kids
right.
are raised,
No, but
yeah?
I believe
Yeah.
there should be a level of accountability. I mean, I don't agree with
No, there
stopping
is.
the 3-year-old from crying.
no,
if I'm
brother.
honest with
Let me tell you,
No, I
my
love that.
3-year-old.
No,
I
I
love
don't
my
agree with
kid.
that. I don't agree
Bro,
with
let
that.
me
No,
say
no,
that.
no.
Yeah, and you said that.
No,
I said,
no.
yeah,
That's madness.
no,
That's
no.
Abu
madness.
Bakr, let me
I
tell you
don't
something. What I've told him
Yeah.
to regulate his own emotions. He
Agreed.
Listen,
That's
yeah,
not-
yeah, but let me,
Nah, bro,
let me
that's
tell you
mad.
why. How do I
Telling
know?
a 5-year-old I'm disappointed in him.
Yeah,
Listen,
that's
it's
mad.
freedom
Bro.
of crying.
Regulating his
When
emotions
I
at
say to
Where's the
them,
regulation
okay,
at?
listen,
I love that.
he knows,
No.
okay, regulate his emotion to the sense that he knows that right now I can have a tantrum, but I know because my dad's at home, that's going to result in something happening that I don't like. So I'll regulate my emotion right now. I won't throw a tantrum. I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, it's called sabr. You're teaching.
Yeah,
I
I
don't think there's a thought process to that
100%.
complexity
No,
happening
but
in
listen
the
The
to this.
outcome is like that. Okay, now here's the thing.
But there will be a program.
The balance here is between being consistent, which is what Wadah explained how he gets things done, but doing what we've explained has to be, you have to know where to pick
Time
your
and a place,
battles.
exactly.
It can't be a blanket approach that every time
And
I'm going to
also,
do this.
what you just said there about the regulation, yeah, I agree with the outcome of it, yeah. But why I'm saying like 3 and 5 and these ages, when they hear these words of go and regulate your emotions, or I'm
I
disappointed.
don't say that to him. I just see that's happening. Listen, I say to them, if you tell me the truth, you won't get in trouble. Wallah,
This
I
is-
walk
yeah,
in
this
the
is our
room,
number one rule.
Okay,
Yeah.
the 2-3-year-olds, I walk into the room, one's crying, and as soon as I walk in, the other one says, "I did it." Straight away, because he knows the rule is if he owns up.
Unity.
No, that I agree.
Yeah.
That I
Yeah.
agree.
So-
What I'm saying
straight away they
is,
tell on
yeah,
themselves.
you know how I do the same thing, yeah. Number one thing is crying is an emotion, yeah. It's not necessarily like 8 times out of 10, let's say, yeah. It happens like it's an intuitive action, yeah, that happens. Like
Look,
now
it's
you said
not
something.
emotional, no,
One second.
crying
I'll tell you one
A
second.
baby
yeah.
comes out of the womb crying.
No,
Exactly,
no,
yeah.
it's
So, one
communication.
second.
It's
No,
not
no,
emotions.
One
It's
second.
not.
One
It's got
second. I'll
nothing
tell
to do with
you.
emotion.
I'll tell you where I'm going with it. Yeah. So this comes out. It's an action that comes out. Yeah. Me, when I see that happening, I let you finish that. I don't come if I know it's for nonsense, for no reason. Yeah. No good reason you're crying. Yeah. Nobody stabbed you. Then fine. I let it get out of your system. Yeah. I'm not here to pamper it.
You don't ask like, why are you crying?
No, obviously, most of the time with your child, you know why. Like they got something taken away from whatever. So it's like, you know, it doesn't warrant crying, yeah? I don't say anything. Let it finish. Let that get out. Then after, we have
No,
the
I don't
chat.
do that.
I'm saying if this is the first time.
So I don't do
I
that.
can't do
Why?
that.
I
Well,
said, if you're crying,
firstly, 'cause I have to-
I'm saying
try
to
and
you,
get them to
no,
explain to me, why are you crying?
No,
Firstly-
listen, I'm saying to you as we're just starting now, yeah?
Yeah.
Like this is the beginning.
No,
I'm not saying a year in,
I like what you do.
yeah? So let it out. Yeah, khalas, it's out. Because even as a grown man, let's say if something, whatever, someone passes away, you just want to get, it's like when you get it out, khalas, you just have that finished, yeah? You're depleted of the tears. Once that happens, then we have the chat, yeah? Why were you crying? Da, 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 da. If there's no good reason for it, then you let them know all of these things where you need to listen.
Oh,
If
See,
you can, if you can,
okay.
if you can
Can I
explain to me, yeah, tell me why, yeah, next time, like especially with Maryam, she's a girl, she's a female, so she's quick to tears with anything, yeah. So I'm telling her, lay it all out. Afterwards, I tell her, listen, don't let these silly things, yeah, control your emotions because life is going to
Let
bring
me
you even
comment on
harder
that,
things.
if I may.
You see
The
what I'm
only
saying?
issue the approach is good, right? But for the 3-year-old, will never understand this. I can't have that conversation, but he does understand. Oh, I did something wrong. There's a way to communicate to the children, the carrot and the stick.
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
crying is the child's form of communication,
Yes, exactly.
right? So you can, for a child up to 1-year-old, you can control the crying really quick because they're not crying because they're sad.
No, it's like
He
they need
wants
to
milk,
change their diapers,
nappy
milk,
or something,
yeah,
right? When they get to 2 or 3 and you see your kid who has so far in their life used it as communication, now he's also using it as communication by throwing a tantrum. He's not crying because he's sad or he's hurt. Because if I see my son is hurt, I'll allow it. I'll let him finish the crying.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
But if I see him, he's crying because his sister has a toy, I'm not going to sit there and let him cry for 15 minutes. I've got to listen to it.
I'm talking
you
about
stop
the
now.
beginning. No, I'm talking
know
about
what
the
I mean?
beginning.
Tantrum crying, I agree with.
Yeah.
That I don't tolerate at all.
Yeah.
I'm with you on
Yeah.
that. But I'm saying to you, you know, like let's say the first time it happens, you don't just from the beginning like, no, you can't. No, you have to explain to them first of all. We're not going to expect this. Why?
Yeah.
Because why? It's good what you said. That crying, what is it for? It's for attention.
Yes.
Yeah, and
That's
that could
the one
be
you stop.
and that could be because you're not giving him attention. Yeah, you, your wife, your whatever. Yeah, his family who's supposed to give it, they're not giving it to him. That's one option. Yeah. Well, the second option, as you said, is like, you know, this one took that, so they just wanna show.
Yes.
You know, they want to be
They just
seen.
get-
We need to do a whole episode on this, man.
know
But we
the
are
fact-
going to have to move on.
Yeah, you don't
This
know.
is the last comment on this topic.
Yeah, the first time, you know, when you go, because I had to reverse my daughter's tantrums, in it. So there's that moment where you're like, all right, today,
Yeah. Wait, this is
over.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, that
Yeah. The
that
end of the
day,
road.
hardest day.
That is.
Yeah, so I remember the first time I made that decision, I just said to my wife, you go in the other room. I just leave it to me. Yeah. But she was just going nuts. And I'm just sitting there in front of her. Like this. and she was trying and to the point where it became clearly fake. Where now
She even saw that it was ridiculous.
now there's no tears.
Yeah.
She's got a stoic face,
Exactly.
but it's just
You see what I'm
making
saying?
the
Yeah.
noises. And I was like, "Listen, mother, nothing's happening, bro.
Yeah.
You
You're not
just
going to
stop,"
get what
you
you
know
want.
what I'm
Yeah.
But I got to a point now where I'm trying to get to where you're at. I'm trying to get to stop crying. Sorry. I'm getting her to stop crying. She'll stop crying. I'm trying to get her to, you're not allowed to cry. Wait for that.
I don't think
I
you're-
have
I don't think
7.
that should be an aspiration.
No, it is, brother. It makes your
You're
life so
not
much
allowed
easier.
to cry.
Yes, I'll tell you why
You're
I
not
did
allowed
it.
to cry.
I have, alhamdulillah.
Like, at all.
No,
Shall I
no,
tell you something?
I'll explain myself.
Again,
No,
once
let me
again,
explain. Let me
tantrums,
explain.
I'm not talking about
Yes.
that. I agree with you. You're not
So
allowed to
look,
cry for tantrums.
I'm talking
I'll
about
explain.
crying.
But if they
Unnecessary.
hurt themselves.
Hurt
if
themselves,
something
they're
happens,
allowed.
they feel like,
Yes. So listen. I have to qualify this a bit.
No, you have
I
to.
have
It sounds
7
mad.
children, alhamdulillah, right?
Alhamdulillah.
Most of the time they're in one place, even though two mothers and 2 different houses, usually we're together. So when you're in that circumstance, allowing the children to cry a little bit here and there
madness.
turns the house
Yeah,
into a
great.
circus.
Because everyone feeds us.
Flash, flash.
Yeah, so that's one reason why it was more important to me to quickly get a handle on it.
Nip it in the
I
bud.
can't
Slap, slap.
have kids crying because he took my toy or, it's my turn on the place. Not allowed. If one of them, like when I hear crying, just yesterday, I heard crying and I went to check it and Ibrahim ran out, my 5-year-old. Wallah, he ran out and looked at me. He goes, Padar, means father in my language. He's crying because he fell over and he ran back in.
Allahumma
Because he
barik.
knew Dad's going to hear the crying and come in and say, why? Who's crying? Why? So he came quickly, told me, my brother got
The
hurt.
undercover agent.
You don't need to worry about it. I said, all right, well, I know he's going to cry
Allahumma
for 1
barik.
minute and he'll be
Allahumma
gone.
Okay.
So like that
Understood.
has to be
In that
done.
case, I agree with you.
Yeah, we're talking about
Unwarranted.
unwarranted
Okay.
crying.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Because
understand
if
that.
you look at it as communication and you look at the kid and you say, right now, you're not communicating anything to me. You're not
Yeah,
hurt.
but that-
You're not
like,
hungry.
that's
like, for
that's
example-
95% of their
Yeah,
crying.
you're being a jerk.
That's
So,
not
For
like-
example,
here's the thing.
using Yusuf as the example, like he's crying during the rolling, and I can see it's because he's not
Yeah.
comfortable with what's
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
He's getting thrown about, whatnot. I said, no problem. If you want to cry in the situation, you can cry, but you better not
Yeah.
stop.
If I
No,
was
it's funny
you,
that I've seen sometimes like his face
He's
goes-
about to, and then
No,
You know-
he is.
Yeah.
He's crying. He's like
he's not trying to
he's
stop.
pushing through. Like he's got
Allahumma
tears
barik.
coming in his eyes. He's still, trying to. flip
I
up
would
and over.
excuse the crying in that situation too.
So
if
I
they're
get-
still doing what they're supposed
he's
to,
still
and
doing
I
what he's supposed to
said,
do.
all right.
It's just
I-
uncontrollable
My dad
tears.
always forbid me from crying. Warranted, unwarranted.
Yeah.
Mm.
He didn't let me cry. But I'm a big crier, I'll be honest with you. You see me, when I'm really upset, really angry, it's either I'm going to cry, even now, till today,
You have
Right.
that passion. You're passionate.
or I'm going to
yeah.
go nuts and
Exactly.
break everything. And I realized it was healthy for me. Just go into the corner, just cry.
Yeah.
I'm keeping real with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
As
just-
a child, or
Not even now,
Now.
as a grown man. Till today, I do that. You know what I'm saying? But
sorry, it's like, sorry. Go to the corner and just cry.
yeah, bro, I'll go to the corner. But I talk to Allah.
Bro,
And
I'll
I'm just-
pray
okay,
nafil.
okay, okay.
I get into. I know.
Yeah,
I'm getting-
yeah,
I'll
Yeah,
go
so
to
Jude.
sajda.
Yeah, so
I don't even
I'll
know,
go
like,
pray
it's all-
nafil.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
getting
Yeah,
ready for a
True.
cry.
I'll go
Honestly.
I'll lock the door.
Balling.
I'll lock the door and I'm crying.
You better make sure they don't. Hey, you better make sure they don't see you when you're crying.
Sometimes when I'm driving, when I'm
You know
driving,
what?
by
If they
myself,
catch me crying in sajda, I don't care.
Oh yeah,
Honestly.
Bro.
But if they catch me crying because something's wrong, I would not like
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
bro.
no,
I let my daughter see me cry.
So they might just
Yeah,
get their
dua,
toy
yeah,
taken
100%,
and then
no.
go into sajda and cry.
My thing is,
Brother, if you have a problem, whisper it into the
Yeah.
ground to Allah.
and that's my thing,
Exactly.
alhamdulillah, because that became a coping mechanism. If I cry, I'm only crying to Allah.
Sucks.
yeah.
I'm only crying to
Yeah,
Allah.
exactly.
Azza wa Jal.
Yeah.
But that's what you got to teach them. You know what
And
I'm
I
saying?
was gonna, you know what? That actually is nice that we've come round to it, because actually, the bottom line is we don't want to stop them from that action,
Yeah.
but we want to show them that, guide them that, you know
There's a
what,
right
that
way to
is,
do it.
yeah, that's the right way. So it's not like inherently wrong to cry.
Yes.
Guys, we have to move on.
No
Sorry,
matter
sorry,
what
sorry,
the
guys. We have to
situation.
move on. We have to move
Don't
on.
cry.
We have to move on. I've got another podcast as well. We're gonna have to move on. I think we should do an actual whole podcast just on this topic. I think
we
it's really
did
good, inshallah.
Yeah.
I think we did it. We achieved.
Nah, I think there's so much more
There's
to dive
more?
into. It's
Okay.
interesting. You
A
know
lot
what?
more
It's-
disagreements.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there's no disagreements, but the last thing just to discuss, bro, this is very, very quickly, man. I showed you guys, we've got nitties now out here. That are working. Have you seen the videos?
The knit no.
Bro, let me show you. Let me very, very quickly.
I
you
just
know,
saw them for the first
I'll
time.
just show you. Basically, there's nitties out here. These men are
When you
out
say
here now
knitters, it just takes me back to
making
I was
content,
young.
bro. They're making content, yeah.
Actual nitties, though.
Yeah, so there's one
We
called
talking-
Cracky Tocky.
Oh,
Crackheads for people not in the
Man will
UK.
come out here and he'll do like, I said, waterboarding myself.
Lord of the Knits.
Lord of the Knits, bro. This is the guy says, do it for the gram. That's just shutting my hands on the door. So now look, he's got sponsorship deals, bro, with these gambling companies. So now he's getting paid.
But then that's
You can tell man's a nitty, bro. Look, like you can tell.
But I was gonna say now it's a self-fulfilling prophecy because
look. Man got the door oh, I swear.
yeah. So now once he gets success, he's still gonna remain the nitty because that's his persona now.
But my point
he's
is,
gonna OD now because he's gonna have more access to drugs.
Exactly. Good quality.
Man's got content ideation happening in the background. Man's got
Wow.
ideas.
Yeah,
man's
yeah.
sniffing, you know what, ants.
Yeah.
Man got some ant colonies. Like,
Bro, man grinded sardines and sniffed them.
So he's doing like basically what they called, you know, that Johnny Knoxville and what they called?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
them, man.
20 years ago that was.
Yeah, what are they
that
called?
Movie Jackass.
Jackass.
Yeah.
But,
You know the guy now is like he's lost his
but
voice
he's
and
turned into a
Yeah.
nitty now. Like man setting himself on fire, and running or cycling and jumping
not
into
gonna
a
lie, I
river.
could see myself binging that kind of content. Just seeing
That's
nitties.
what I saw that. I said I
They
can spend the
found
whole
the
day on this.
Bro, but the point is, man's putting out a video. I don't know what it's a video, every
But
day or
it's
whatever.
who's behind the camera though.
No, you're right. My point is, come on, what's your excuse?
So
What's my excuse? I saw this. I thought, bro, I've been so consistent with content myself. There's a nitty that's outworking me, bro.
it's true.
He's making better content than me. When I say better, I mean it's
Wow.
more
It's
engaging.
more engaging,
People
yeah.
are watching. People, like, what excuse do I have to not put out content?
And they're doing it for a grand. Like,
The
Yeah, literally.
I
Yeah.
was doing it for the grams to sleep
Yeah.
the gram.
The
For me,
literal-
that was a wake up call, man. Well, bro, we need to fix up. And I bet he's not watching the World Cup. He's like thinking, how can I get my next gram?
Exactly.
look, I'll
Hey,
tell
you know what?
Priorities.
Priorities.
Generally, crackheads are the most motivated people in
Of
the
course.
world. Every day they wake up and they have to figure out where am I gonna get my next hit. And they're broke. They got no money.
By the
they
way,
got no
you know they're
jobs.
broke, yeah. But you know when they aggregate how much a crackhead spends per year, I think it's over 50,000. Like in the UK, over £50,000 a year.
Yeah,
But
unemployed
he ain't got a
person.
house. He ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
That's more than a normal salary.
Exactly.
That's double the average salary.
Look, I'll tell you something. Ibn Taymiyyah said, you know what Allah Azza wa Jalla says, Surah Al-Asr, وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. That by time Allah Azza wa Jalla swears, all of mankind is in a state of loss, except for those that have 4 characteristics. From them, Allah said, those who enjoin each other in patience. So Ibn Taymiyyah said, patience is such a powerful thing. When he's explaining this ayah, that even if you're upon falsehood, patience will help you achieve your goal.
So
It's true.
So patience is that potent of a quality and a skill to have, that you can be patient upon falsehood and evil, but you'll be successful in what you want to achieve because you're patient.
have you heard of the aggressive patience as well? That concept of aggressive patience.
That sounds nice. I like that.
You know, like because
The
patience.
last point, the whole thing.
Yeah, patience is one thing because I can say that I'm patient. Yeah, my rizq is going to come to me. Let me just stay in bed, just wait for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's written.
Okay.
Yeah, but then aggressive patience is literally being able to be patient while potentially, let's say you're building whatever you're building, but being broke, whatever it is, and putting that same level of like passion and commitment as if you have the reward while you're being patient. Because it's very easy to be patient if you've already achieved some success.
You know what's crazy? Because the scholars mentioned there's 3 types of patience. And one of them, they say, is patience, which is in abstinence. So you're being patient in abstaining from things.
Yes.
Other one is patience in action, where you're actually being patient in going through
So-
things that are difficult to you, and that's what you're talking
Exactly,
about. Here.
yes.
And the third one is being patient with inflictions. So patience in abstinence, patience in action, and patience with affliction. Affliction I can't do nothing about.
So-
I've been inflicted with something, I have to just firm it. Abstinence, I have to be patient in avoiding it, patient not looking at the moment. And patience in action,
action.
or the obedience of Allah Azza wa Jalla,
Yeah.
as it's commonly said, is in action. So I guess that's what aggressive
Yeah,
patience is.
and that's the most
It's in
difficult one,
action.
I believe.
That's
The most difficult one is affliction.
handy one too.
It is very.
For getting things
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ibn Taymiyyah said the most difficult one is affliction. You know why? It's completely outside your control.
Yeah.
Right? You just have to take it.
So,
You have to just
there's
take
no
it.
option.
And still, but yeah, definitely it's hard.
With that said, guys, hopefully you benefit from this podcast. Let us know in the comments what you thought. Let us know if there's any other topics you'd like us to discuss. And we'll see you on the next episode of Chai with My Bye.
Cracky talk.
سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.